Well, once again, a very special moment right here on Valley Spotlight, thanks to our good friend Scott Austalosh and Voices for Autism. We have a very familiar face and a big name joining us today, Kevin Martin from Candlebox. Kevin, welcome to Valley Spotlight. Welcome to the Youngstown area. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. A familiar face. I like that. That's great. Yeah, I'm good. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me, and happy to be talking about Voices for Autism.
Well, first things first, it's a big year for you, right? Personally and professionally, correct?
It is, yeah. 30th anniversary of our debut album, and also the last tour I'll ever be doing as a touring musician. I'm retiring at the end of the year, so I'm looking forward to wrapping things up with a nice little bow.
My guess is there's family and friends and all kinds of people that would like a little bit more time with you, huh?
I hope so.
That's my guess. That's my guess. All right, take me through a little bit of the backstory about how you guys know each other, and then Scott, we do have a something that we want to tell him today, right? Which is a big deal.
We do.
All right.
Yeah,
So
exciting news.
first,
I met Scott years ago, about I think 2015. I was asked to do an acoustic run with a friend of mine, Bobby Amaru, from a band Saliva, and I'd never really done acoustic touring before. I'd always ever just kind of assumed that it wasn't something I was going to enjoy or capable of, to be honest with you. And I went out and I did these dates, and I met Scott at one of the shows, and we just got along, like two old friends. I mean, it's funny in this world of touring. You meet a million people, and you might have something in common with one or two of them, but very rarely do you hit it off so easily. And I think it was like he felt like kind of like a younger brother to me, but with an older brother's experience and knowledge. His love for life, his love for Sophia, his love for who he is and what he believes in is something that I was very attracted to. So I was like, I immediately said, listen, we need to keep in touch. I want to keep this relationship going. So that was 2015, and here we are, whatever, 7-8 years later, still close and still tight, and still have a pretty good relationship. So I'm happy with that. It's been a real joy getting to know Scott and Sophie over these past few years.
all right, Scott. I don't know if you want to add anything on top of that, or if you want to get.
That was amazing.
I don't know
Thank
how
you.
you could, but there are lots and lots of moments that have created not just relationships in person, but also meaningful moments on screen. And we are big fans of Scott's and Sophia's, of course, and their story is remarkable. And it turns out a lot of people are noticing it, right, Scott?
This whole project all started because of Kevin. So, I started to see this friendship that blossomed between Kevin and Sophia. And Kevin, I'll never forget the first time he came to town and we were working together, and I brought him to Sophia's school. And Sophia had only watched Kevin on videos, but to her, he's not famous. That's just her new friend Kevin, right?
Right.
And I took him to her school, and they met. And Kevin and I were walking back to head outside. And that morning, Sophia, we had gathered some rocks for her science project. And then she brought him to school. So Kevin and I are leaving, and we hear the door swing open, and Sophia runs up to us and holds her hand out and gives Kevin a rock. And at that moment, you could just see both of them. It just, this connection that they had, and that's all that she had to give him. And it even chokes me up thinking about it, because it was such a raw moment, and I was so proud of her. And I looked at Kevin, I said, it's all about the rock. And he kind of chuckled. He says, it is all about the rock. And meaning rock and roll, but also that moment, she was giving everything she had to Kevin to show him that was her friend. And after that, I sat on that, and I said, how do I get this story? This is something here. And I called. Kevin was playing in Cleveland. It sold out, the casino in Cleveland. And I called him. I said, I have this idea. And we went up there and we talked. And it was like a Saturday night. I said, I'll messaged you on Monday and I pitched him this idea. I said, we got to put this on film. And he says, sounds good to me. So we started the process of making a film, and that's where Voices for Autism really started to launch. And had it not been for that moment and what I had experienced, we wouldn't be here today. So I always go back to how we started with Kevin. Always.
I mean, I'm supposed to know how to ask questions and how to follow that up, and I'm not really sure how to do that. It's like catching magic in a bottle. How do you follow that up? But there's been so many different people that have been involved since then. And Scott, I'm going to let you do what you do. So why don't you share some big news? Yeah.
So our first film, we did 2 films. The one we started with Kevin, it split off into 2 different films. And our first film, which was a short doc about Sophia and myself and our story, it's a 15-minute short doc, and it started to win some awards. We didn't make it to win any awards. So we started winning these film festivals, and that did really well. And we kind of waited for the right time, and we submitted this film to the International Golden Door Film Festival in Jersey City, and that is run by the Sorvino family, and Michelle Sorvino and Bill Sorvino, and also Maureen Van Zant, Stephen Van Zant's wife of The Sopranos, and also who's become a good friend of mine, Christian Kyber, who is an amazing actor, and we become friends. And so I messaged Kevin, I let him know that we submitted it. And I wanted to let you know, Kevin, that we are nominated for Best Autism Awareness Film of the Year.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's so great, man.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
So that little film we did is now, look where we're at.
That's correct. That's crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, that's awesome. That's just amazing. I'm so happy and so proud, man. That's really pretty special. That's a very cool thing. I'm just stoked. Give Sophie a big hug for me.
And when I was texting you, I was slipping. I was trying not to give you all the information, but you might have figured it out. But anyways, I wanted to let you know.
I honestly had no idea. I mean, I think when, you know, as the things that you do as a musician and as a human being, you hope that somehow, you know, people are affected by it, because it's what you do for yourself. And, I had no idea when I met you guys that this was going to turn into such a beautiful experience for me, and I'm so happy. You know, I think it's great, and boy, I just can't tell you how proud I am. That's awesome.
Yeah, we are too. It's really cool, and that's at the end of June. So I guess we'll know. You know, just to be nominated is amazing, because they get films from all over.
Oh yeah.
And so that's really cool.
Fingers crossed.
I just want to let you know that it is such a big deal for us to have you, Kevin, and we are fans. Lots of family, lots of friends around here are huge fans of yours. So thank you for letting us sort of share this with our Northeast Ohio and Western Pennsylvania group out here that are big fans of Scott's and of yours, and hopefully of this show too.
Yeah.
Super special moment for us to have with you, okay?
Goofball.
I am a goofball.
Yeah.
She's made me realize that I'm not as important as I think I am.